Welcome to the SI Live High School Football Roundtable. I'm Tom Dad with Stephen Hart and Charlie DBAce. We've got a real interesting football weekend coming up. Newdorp and Petrides have some games with inter-out playoff implications. Tottenville has a chance to maybe jump up into a top 4 seed, get a first round bye in the PSL if they beat Erasmus. But we're here to talk about the big game, Monsignor Farrell, St. Peter's. It's been 21 years, but we finally have a AAA playoff game, Steve, between two Staten Island teams. Been waiting a long time.
Yeah, no, this is obviously probably the most anticipated high school football game on Staten Island, probably since, I would say, the Farrell-Susan Wagner game back in the day, back in the early 90s. And as I said, this one, a lot of thoughts. Farrell's coming off a horrible loss to the top team in the Catholic League, Stepanak. And St. Peter's is coming off a win over another island rival, St. Joseph by the Sea, in a game that was closer than a lot of people expected.
Charlie, you've seen these guys. What are some of the keys to the game, you think?
I think the one thing I find interesting about St. Peter's is as well as they played this year and as dominant they played at times, is the one bugaboo is that they turn the ball over a lot. And I think that had a lot to do with St. Joseph by the Sea coming back last week. So if they limit their turnovers, the things could look good for them.
This is going to be just a really wild atmosphere. You know, this is kind of like playing a huge basketball game in the Curtis High School gymnasium. St. Peter's has a really kind of small complex. They're going to squeeze people in, do some standing room only on the other side. It's going to be like no environment we've ever seen for a high school football game, I think.
Probably could get like pay-per-view with this, I think, this game. I wasn't sure maybe if they would, try and get in additional, like the old Gabe Rispoli days of getting in additional seats, or maybe moving this to a bigger venue like a Wagner College. But obviously, if they did that, St. Peter's would lose the home field advantage that they richly deserved and earned. So, as I said, the game should be a great game. Farrell coming in, as I said, they got totally stymied by Stepanak, but we know that for the most of this year, they've had a really well-balanced offense, and St. Peter's has pretty much been steamrolling everyone else.
Overall, Charlie, this is just a great thing for Catholic high school football on Staten Island. It's kind of been a rough stretch. Farrell had a little bit of a down period. St. Peter's was mostly AA, single A for the last decade. And, St. Joseph by the Sea had a terrific run. Sea actually has the only Staten Island Catholic AAA playoff win in the last decade. So we're going to get a second one. Somebody's going to win it this week, but it looks like this could be the start of a pretty good era for Catholic football in Staten Island.
I think it's terrific. I mean, it's something where I think, I don't care what the schedule makers have to do. These three teams should play each other in the regular season every year. And you guys hit on it a little bit already. I mean, it's going to be crazy over at St. Peter's because it's a small venue. But nonetheless, I think you're right. I think, this is like hopefully a stepping stone to something where, we can really look forward to these games, because you don't know who's going to win. And, it's been such a long time since we've seen something like this.
Yeah, and the crowds, Sea and Farrell have gotten great crowds the last couple of years. And this is actually the first year they've all played each other in the same year. So hopefully, across the board, start of a good thing in the Catholic League. We can hope.
Yeah.
But a lot of good games this weekend. We'll be out there. We hope to see you there. Thanks.